Hey, Justin Chamness here, and I'm back with another explanation on how to fill out a very popular agreement that's used by creative real estate transaction engineers. Today, we're talking about the straight option. Now, I know you probably, if you're starting out, maybe don't have any clue how to use this. You can find out more about how to use a straight option over at justinchamness.com, or you could go to realestatewholesalersclub.com. Same thing. There's a free course there for seller finance, transaction engineer stuff. Very basic, but not so basic that it won't take you where you want to go. It's just starting out, very simplistically. Let's show you how this works, what this does, and what to do with it. And then there's a lot more on top of that too. So if you want to get started, that's a great place, justinchamness.com or realestatewholesalersclub.com. But I want to talk to you today about the straight option. Now, back in the day, this is how all the old timers used to do their real estate wholesaling ugly house stuff. They didn't really use purchase and sales agreements and then assignment agreements as much as it is taught nowadays to do so. A lot of times when I say old timers, I mean like probably back in the 90s and early 2000s, it was a lot this straight option agreement. And the reason why is because an option is not a commitment like a purchase and sale agreement is. So you could get an option agreement to purchase a home at a specific price during a specific time frame with a homeowner, and that would be an option that you have, not a commitment like a purchase and sale agreement would be, that you're going to close by a certain date. Okay, so let me share with you here the option agreement. Right here is what you'll find in the course. Of course, you want to delete this first page because this is me telling you that I'm not an attorney. And again, I'm not an attorney. I don't even play one on TV. So don't believe anything I have to say. Just do your own due diligence. But I can tell you, I have personally used this agreement before many, many, many times, not only for contracting homes with homeowners, but also contracting with JV partners if I were looking to co-wholesale. So in other words, if there's a wholesaler out there with a property under contract and I want to joint venture with them, a lot of times I'll pull out this option to purchase real estate agreement and I'll fill it out with the wholesaler. That's right. That gives me the option to buy his deal. All right. At the top, you're going to put your name and your phone number. Pretty simple. That's nice, huh? Option to purchase real estate. Notice it says option to purchase. It doesn't say purchase and sale agreement. And then today's date, and then the city, and then the state. That's probably where the property is located, is what you would want to put that in. Receive from, and then your company name. I, again, also like to fill this out by saying Justin Chamness for Virtual Property Projects LLC, or whatever LLC I may be using. The buyer, that's me, the sum of $10. This is earnest money. So receive from the buyer, that's you, the investor, the sum of $10 earnest money. All right. Let's just write that in there, just so everybody knows that that's what that is. And payable to seller's name, right there. That's the homeowner's name. Or if you're doing this for co-wholesale purposes, you're going to want to put in the wholesaler that has the deal under contract. To be held uncashed toward the price of, and then here is the option price. So you'll want to put the price that you are getting from the homeowner as an option to purchase it at that price, or the JV wholesaler as an option to purchase it at that price. And you want to put it in that line right there. Number one down here, property. Seller hereby agrees and hereby gives and grants to buyer and or assignees. See, there you go. If you want to assign, you could, for a period of, all right, how many days? Now, if you're going to do this with a homeowner, you want as long as possible. Typically, you might have a scenario where you do a little shorter than that, maybe, but For the most part, the longer the option, the better. With a JV co-wholesaler, same way. Business days, how many business days? So you might put 20 business days, and you see how it says business days. So it kind of stretches it out there, not just 20 consecutive days. From the date hereof, the non-exclusive right. Now, here's where you may want to do some editing. Now, the difference between exclusive and non-exclusive is an exclusive option gives you and only you the right to purchase this property at this price during this time frame. Now, if it is a non-exclusive right, then that allows other people to maybe get in there in front of you. So this allows the seller, the homeowner, to maybe find a buyer before you are able to put yours together. So now how do you know when to use what? Okay, when the homeowner says, now listen, I don't want you tying up my house. If I find a buyer before you can put this together, I want to be able to go ahead and sell it. If blah blah blah, I want to be able to go ahead and sell it. And I always say something like this: well, Mr. Homeowner, it sounds like you have a horse that you want to run in the race, and I want to have a horse in the race too, and whichever one gets to the finish line first wins. Does that sound fair? If I make this non-exclusive, sometimes this is called a flex agreement when it's non-exclusive. So instead of an option, it might be called a flex option. Okay. But a non-exclusive right to purchase the property would mean that they could, really honestly, an exclusive option gives you and only you the right, which is what you really prefer. But a non-exclusive right, it gives the seller the chance to beat you to the punch. And with a non-exclusive option to purchase, you really only have a permission slip here. That's it. You just have a permission slip. It really, you don't have much, but sometimes it's enough. Okay. Here's what I say, Mr. Homeowner. If I can get this permission slip from you, this non-exclusive permission slip, I will immediately take it to my friends, my partners, my lenders, and I'll see if I can put this deal together. And if I can, I will present you then with a purchase and sale agreement, and we will tie this thing up properly. Does that sound like something that we could do today? All right, it's that simple to pitch this. All right, so the non-exclusive right, so you might delete non, okay, just leave exclusive, depending on your situation. Right and privilege of purchasing the following described real property located at, and then here's the property address. And then, of course, here's the signatures where the seller signs, and here's the signature where you sign, and then put your business name there. So you can see the option to purchase agreement is actually quite simple, very short, one page, maybe even half a page, depending on how you look at it. And so it can be very powerful to allow you to get permission from the homeowner to go talk to your partners. Who are your partners? Well, it could be me. If you go visit justinchamness.com, we might partner up on some things. And I'm talking about joining my coaching club so that you can use me as a pseudo partner when putting together deals. All right, so now we're talking about maybe other buyers, your cash buyers. Maybe it's a retail buyer. Maybe it's, so landlords, fix and flippers, maybe a retail buyer. Maybe it's a private lender. Maybe it's a hard money lender. You've got a right now, either non-exclusive or exclusive, to go try to put this deal together. And when you do get it put together, you're going to come back to the seller and you're going to actually pull out a purchase and sale agreement, which you'll also find in my course. And that's in the cash discount offer section. Actually, you'll find a nice purchase and sale agreement to use. You can actually really then go ahead and tie up the property with an official purchase and sale agreement, and you can close on it with your partner, your friend, or your assignee, okay? Whoever it is you're trying to sell this deal to or buy this deal with. So this is a very powerful instrument, and it's also super easy to pitch. I hope you've learned a few things today about pitching a straight option, because it's not really taught a lot nowadays. There's a lot of ways you can use a straight option, more than I even know myself personally. But once you get this tool in your tool bag and you learn how simple it is to pitch, You can tie up retail properties that are pretty. You can tie up ugly houses that are ugly. And you can also get it exclusively or non-exclusively, depending on the situation. And you can go hunting for your buyers, your assignees, your lenders, and all of that without any risk of anybody saying, yeah, but you promised you were going to close on the 30th. Oh, no. How dare you not close? Well, this is just the option. So it takes the stress off of you too. So it's a great tool to have in your tool bag. And I hope you start using it right away. All right. I'll see you next time. Visit justinchamness.com or realestatewholesalerclub.com and learn more. We'll talk later. Bye-bye.